Like, what the fuck? Shit crazy, man. Yeah, man, I'm mad because I've never been to a baseball game and been wanting to see the Reds game. And they played my favorite team and I missed it. I don't understand how the fuck a game ends that damn quick, but I didn't even know there was a Reds Yankees game. I was just curious, like, wonder what the Reds are playing. And it's playing my team and I missed that shit. That shit was over by fucking 1-something. How the hell? But it's whatever, man. And I want to talk to y'all about this shit, man. These men don't want wise rants. You know what I mean? Once again, it proves that women are trying to like men that don't like them. I'm not even going to say bad guy, the bad boy, the bad guy. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just simply, well, that is what the bad guy, to me, to the community, a bad guy or whatever is some type of image that some people have put in their head, like a thug or whatever you want to call this shit. That's not, I don't consider that bad guy or bad people. You know what I mean? Most of my friends and people I grew up with is what you would call thugs and players and shit. So I don't consider that the bad guy. But what I do consider the bad guy is a dude that doesn't want you. A dude that doesn't want to go all the way for you. That's what I consider a bad guy. Because that's what that is. Because that same guy could go all out for another woman, but not you. So either way, man, it just proves that they like that guy. They like the guy that doesn't like them. Because if they actually liked a guy that wanted to be a husband, there wouldn't be no such thing as these rants. You wouldn't see these rants everywhere. You see these rants all over the place because you're dealing with a woman or you're listening to a woman who try to like somebody she shouldn't like. Trying to make somebody be something they don't want to be. You know what I mean? It also proves that by default, the saying of these guys don't want to be husbands proves that these women don't want to be wives. Because if you really did, you would pick somebody that wants to be a husband and you would be a wife to that guy. So what you're saying, what they're saying is the same thing, vice versa. When they say these dudes don't want to be wives, right? They're basically talking to themselves, vice versa too. Because why don't dudes want to be wives? Because they don't want to choose a woman that actually wants to be a wife to them, right? So you got to flip that vice versa. That's what these women are doing. They're ignoring the guys that actually want to make them a wife or actually want to be a husband. And they pay attention to the guys who don't want that. You know, that's all it boils down to. It boils down to people liking people for the wrong reasons and liking people who don't want to be husbands and wives. Plain and simple. And when it comes to a lot of this shit, a lot of these women and men have tried to be this husband or wife. And they got hurt and now they don't want to do that. And you know what I mean? And you could call it good guy or good girl gone bad, but that's what you're seeing all over this place, man. You're seeing somebody who has given their all to somebody, been married or something like that, and now they don't want to do that no more. It's more beneficial to be the player, you know what I'm saying? In their opinion. Not mine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying from a person's opinion, most people's opinion. It's better to be the player. It's more beneficial to them. They don't have to worry about getting hurt, none of that other shit. So that's what they do. And you're going to keep seeing it, especially from people who have been hurt. It's hard for somebody to give their all to one person. Or let's just say give their all to a relationship, marriage, whatever you want to call it, right? And it don't work out. And then I don't know why my nose is, man. It's like, and then they give they all to somebody, and then it don't work, and they just don't want to do it no more. So they take the easy path. They take the path of playing around and not being serious and all this other shit, man. And a lot of them are coming across people like you who still trying to be with somebody and all this other stuff. And this is why I tell people, especially young people, that don't just rush in a relationship, because most young people, unfortunately, they're going to be the same thing after they get their heart broken. Some people are good enough to try it again without turning into this male or a good guy or good girl going bad, but most people, nah. Most people, the first time they get their heart broke, that's it. They become a player. They don't try it again. They don't chance it again. You have some that will, but most won't. So all y'all younger people, I suggest that you don't just rush in a relationship, man, because you don't really know, you don't even know yourself yet, let alone know the person you're with. And that person that you're with now definitely ain't going to be the same later. I mean, they might be somebody better. You might end up being somebody better. But the problem is when you people change, the two people in the relationship, when y'all change, that means the relationship changes too. And sometimes it changes to the point that you guys don't work anymore. You don't see each other the same way. You don't see things eye to eye. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Nobody stays the same. That's why it's called outgrowing people. They grew apart or outgrew each other, or whatever you want to call it. Real relationships, if it was really real, well, I ain't going to say real, because it could be real and still end. If it was meant to be forever, then you'll last through all the seasons. If not, it's just going to be for a season, and that's what it is, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But I just want to let y'all know, man, that it just shows you where the mindset of women are when it comes to men. If they was in the right mindset of looking for men who actually want to be a husband, then they would pick one. Think about this shit, man. I'm about to start cooking. I'm trying to be calm. Y'all gonna make me start cooking on y'all, man. Think about this shit. These men don't want to be wives, right? Right? So, in other words, unless every last man walking this earth don't want to be a wife, that means women are looking in the wrong place. It's either one or the other. There is no in between. Either every last man walking this earth don't want to be a husband, or they're looking in the wrong place. Let's define the wrong place, though, because you have to define it. Let's say one woman is looking for a husband in me, and another woman is too. One woman is looking in the wrong place. And okay, let's say what I just said, and I like this one, but I don't like that one. That means one of those women are looking in the wrong place. See, it doesn't matter if the guy is good or, even though it technically does matter if the guy is good or bad or not, the moral really should be a woman looking in the wrong place. Far as a man, the women are looking for men who don't want to be husbands. Of course, you gotta take into consideration if the guy even wants to be a husband or not. We get that part. But they're not even looking for men who want to be husbands. But then again, the man could want to be a husband, but not to her. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Now I got it out. I'm glad I got that. There's two different things going on. Sometimes a man just doesn't want to be a husband at all. And then sometimes a man just doesn't want to be a husband to that girl. Either way, she's still looking in the wrong place. If she was looking for a man that wanted to be a husband, how the fuck is she making these rants? How do women make these rants if they're looking for men that actually want to be husbands? You know what's going on? I want to change the player into a husband. I want to change the celebrity into a husband. I want to change Mr. Popular to a husband. I want to change a guy that doesn't see me as a wife into a husband. It's not happening. It's not happening. Same thing, vice versa with you dudes. These women don't want to be wives, and then, well, find one that does. Why are you trying to change Mrs. Barbie into a fucking wife? She doesn't want to be a wife. She tried it with a dude, or she's still in love with the dude, or whatever, hurt by the dude, whatever the fuck. And she doesn't want to be a wife because he hurt her. So now she doesn't want to try that, or she just wants to hurt other men. Get over it. Or get played. Choose. Get over it or get played. Get over it or get played. Okay, so what? She's attractive. You know what I mean? You ever heard of all things that glitter ain't gold? Well, that's what you're dealing with a lot of modern day women. Yeah, they look good, but they ain't worth shit, for real. And I'm just being honest. And it's because they want to be that way. It's not because they can't be. So I don't want people saying, Juwan said women ain't worth shit. No, I didn't say that. They can be. They just choose not to be. There's a difference. Just like all men could be right for a woman and not be a player and be a husband if he wanted to be, but he chooses not to be. That's why I don't say good guy, bad guy shit. And I just I try to make it more of a guy wanting to be right for a woman and a guy that just wants to play with a woman. Because that's what it really is. All this good guy, bad guy shit, man, I might say it to make a separation, but honestly, I don't think it doesn't exist. We all have good and bad in us. All of us. And we got to choose what we want to do. See, there's no such thing, well, he's good and he's bad, and it's a separate. That's not what separates good from bad when it comes to people. It's the choice of being good or bad. Free will. That's probably why the Most High gives us free will. You know what I mean? But if they wanted to be wives, they would choose a man that wants to be a wife. But their attraction is a problem. The problem is a lot of these women have drunk the Kool-Aid, man. I say it all the time. They drunk the Kool-Aid of my panties only get wet for evil shit. Evil men. Men who are doing evil. So therefore, you will not be a wife. And if you do, you're probably going to get cheated on. So it is what it is. And then you got some who don't even want to be wives. But they're going to come in the name of a wife. They're going to dress themselves up like a wife. You know how the devil dressed himself as an angel of light? That's exactly what they're doing. I'm going to look like a wife. I'm going to talk like a wife. I'm going to do everything like a wife. But really, I'm not a wife. Really have no intentions of being a wife. I'm just using that to get the benefits of a wife. I'm telling y'all this all the time. Men and women use the benefits, or men and women use the image. They come in the name of wife in love or husband in love to get the benefits of husband or wife in love. That's all they're doing. Without committing none of that. And they getting away with it, man. Because y'all are not sitting back and separating your attraction for what's good for you. In other words, you're not separating the cookies from the fucking broccoli, nigga. You're not separating the cookies from the broccoli. You think they have the same effect. You know they don't have the same effect. You got a choice to make. You choose the broccoli, you know the rewards for this. You choose the cookies, you know the rewards for that. The broccoli gonna give you the reward that you really truly want. You know to at all. But here's the thing. Just because you are attracted to them don't mean they qualify. You know, a lot of y'all, what you're doing is, I'm attracted to them, especially a woman. I'm attracted to him, so I'm just going to hope that it works. I'm going to hope that he is the broccoli. I know he's a cookie, but all right, good. I'm back, y'all. Yeah, you know he's the cookie, but we're hoping he's the broccoli. But that's not what's going to happen. Or you hoping for the results of the broccoli out of the cookie, and it's not going to happen, man. That's he or she. Then a lot of times we get caught up in things that we like about a woman or man, you know what I mean? And those things could be bad things. even though they're good things. In other words, man, how does she deep throat like this and that? More than likely because she had a lot of experience with a lot of guys, which normally means eventually at some point she's going to want to sleep with other guys other than you. Then you got a girl who don't try to get head and she just kissed my dick. Shout out Too Short, the GOAT of when it comes to this woman rap shit, talking about women and sex and shit, pimping shit. Too Short's a GOAT. But anyways, yeah, she just go kiss your dick because she ain't got experience like that. And then if you teach her how to become good, she might actually start wanting to deal with other men. Who knows? I don't know. But you know, it's like a catch-22, and it's also like, do you want this 80% broccoli for this 20% cookie, or do you want 80% cookies for 20% broccoli? You got a choice to make. You got a choice to make. That's all I'm saying. You know, they don't want to be wise, man. A lot of these women don't want to be wise, and I don't think y'all men understand that clearly. And a lot of these men don't want to be husbands. I don't think a lot of you women understand this clearly. You're trying to, even if you take the word wife or husband off of it, you just put a person that's down for you and want to fuck with only you, exclusively believe with you and shit, man, it's almost a wrap for that shit, man. Because once you get to a certain age, if you ain't got somebody by then, it's pretty much a wrap. And the reason why is not because you're ugly, you fell off and all this other shit, but people's hearts and shit is destroyed by that time. See, when you're 18 years old and you trying to love and all that shit, you ain't been through that shit yet. You ain't been through the ringer. You might not have to go through it. Hopefully, if you pick the right woman or man, all y'all young people out here who be watching my content, you might not have to go through the ringer, you know? But the problem is, wait, let me come back to that. You might not have to go through the ringer like a lot of older people. And that's why it gets harder. That's why you see it. Man, I ain't trying to love, man. Fuck that shit. Everybody's hearts is black and dark. You know what I mean? So what's the point of loving? I see why a lot of people just be players. I just don't have it in me. I don't have the energy. I might have it in me to pull it off, like pull the women, but I don't have the energy to put into it to do it. So if my heart's not into something, I'm not going to do it anyway. Now back to that younger person shit. You know, even though it's best to try to get somebody younger as a younger person, the problem is you don't really know yourself yet. You really don't know them yet. You really haven't established your life yet. You know, a lot of times a relationship can hinder you from reaching your full potential as a woman or man. You know what I mean? You can have kids and anything can happen. So as a younger person, my best advice would be if you find somebody good, like hold on to them, but don't try to force shit too much. Don't move in and don't do all that yet. Just wait a while. You know what I mean? Just don't sleep on the good person, because the dating market is going to get worse and worse. You know, and not only that, your worth is going to drop down as far as like SMV, as far as like, put it like this. A woman, or I know a man can still pull younger women and all that, but the older the man gets and he's pulling younger women, we know why. You know what I mean? It's not because he's this handsome, young, 18-year-old guy that this girl likes. No, that's not what it is, and you know that. Sometimes a woman might be happy with the older guy because she's looking for stability and all that, and the dude preserves himself. But for the most part, a younger woman will go after a younger guy. That's just common sense. Just like if you was younger, you would go after a younger woman. You're not going to be 18, 21 looking for a 40-year-old girl. It's not going to happen unless that girl is like Beyonce or some shit. All that money and shit. Now we might be there might be a different language there. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you looking for the younger women, and the younger women are looking for the younger men. So the older you get, it still gets worse. It still gets worse, man. The only option you got is to date younger, and that could be a headache. That could be a headache. You're better off getting a woman closer to your age. I mean, yeah, some young women can be on some shit, got their life right and shit, but more likely, even if she did do that, she'd probably be looking for a younger guy. You know what I mean? Or she might just outgrow you later on, and because she's still going to grow into another person. And she might start to realize, you know what? that younger me who liked him, I don't like him now. So, you know what I'm saying? That shit happens all the time. But I just feel like you younger people don't rush. Don't be like these other people and rush and get with the wrong person and end up heartbroken. And then now you're like them. Now you're like the older people. You're mad at the world. You're mad at relationships. You're mad at men and women and all this other shit. You don't want that. So if you do, but you also don't want to wait, like I said, because the stock is just going to get worse for you and for them. You on the decline. Nobody beats Father Time. Everybody's on decline. And then you got them that in your dating range on decline. You know what I'm saying? So you got a choice to make. That's why I tell younger women and men to focus on bettering yourselves more than the relationship and kicking it and all this other shit, which is another thing that you might want to fall back from. That kicking and shit. Just because you're young, I get it, but you might want to put that on your priority list way down, man. Because you know the people your age don't really want to be husbands and wives. They might say it or whatever, but they not ready. If people in their 40s still ain't ready and they still clowning and being players and shit, then what? Imagine the 20-year-olds. Imagine them. But I'm almost where I was trying to go, so I guess I'm gonna get off here, man. I just feel like I just want to let y'all know, man, that most of these people do not want to be husbands and wives. They want to be players. They want to talk to multiple women and men, man. And you got two choices to make. Either you can accept it and just let them deal with you, and you deal with them how y'all agree, or you could just go your own way and just hope to God that you find a woman or man out there that's on the same shit as you, because there ain't many. And if there is, it's usually after they've been destroyed by the streets and all this other shit. So once again, that goes back to that younger person shit. But some of us as younger people did try to do the right thing and it didn't work out. That just happens sometimes. It don't work out for everybody. And that's the danger of why when you get in relationships as a younger person, it's a good chance it's not going to work. And it's a good chance that that's going to scar you for life and probably change you for life to the point that you might be a good guy or a good girl going bad. Do not lose yourself because you lose these relationships, or don't lose yourself over women and men. If you break up, no need to go sleeping around doing all. No, do the same. Move the same way you've been moving, but try to even move even better. So a lot of y'all get broke up. I want to go. I'm popping by. I'm this. I'm a crazy ass animal. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just keep moving how you was moving, but even better, if anything. There's got to be a string in my nose or something. What the fuck? Just keep moving how you're moving from covers and shit. Who knows? Just keep moving how you're moving, but move even better. You know what I'm saying? Move even better. Ugh. A lot of y'all losing yourselves, man, over these relationships and shit. Over people who don't even fuck with you like that. At the end of the day, man, as long as we got ourselves and we still got God, you know, you just got to look at relationships as a day-to-day thing, you know, like a job or something. If it's working for today, cool, I'm going to do my part. But the moment that it stops working, that's the moment that I got to start.
In 2 miles, use the left 3 lanes to take exit 96 for I-670 east toward airport.
That's the moment I got to be about me. I read a video earlier that said, I'm about me now because it didn't work with relationships. Yeah, but you don't want to move like a player and do all this bullshit. You don't want to become the wrong woman or man because of the wrong woman or man. I'm going to say that again.
There's a speed trap ahead.
You don't want to become the wrong woman or man because of the wrong woman or man. That's what a lot of y'all are doing. The wrong woman or man should make you a better woman or man. not the wrong one. I refuse, even if I'm single for life, I refuse to let any of my exes make me a worse man. No, I'm going to become a better man. It has nothing to do with no woman. I'm not going to be like, well, when I get a woman, then I'm going to become better, or no, since I ain't got a woman, I'm just going to do it. Nah, fuck that. They're going to see that they left something good, and I'm not doing it just because of that, but I'm not going to let them make me a worse guy. I'm not going to lose myself because of them. I still got a life to live. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lose myself because of all these other people who don't want to be husbands and wives, and they want to sleep around and do that weak-ass fucking teenager shit.
In half a mile, use the left 3 lanes to take exit 96 for I-670 east toward airport.
Because that's exactly what it is. It's teenage shit to me. I'm not calling people who do it teenagers, but it's teenage behavior. It just is. It doesn't really excite me to be a player and sleep around and this and all that.
Use the left 3 lanes to take exit 96.
Bitch, how many times you gonna say it? Yeah, I'm not gonna lose myself because of no exes. I'm not losing myself because of people.
Continue for 4 miles.
I'm not gonna lose myself because people not wanting to be husbands and wives. None of that shit, man. And I suggest y'all don't either. You know there's gotta be a string right by my nose somewhere. Gotta be. Motherfucking tickling, man. But yeah, man. They just don't want to. It's fine. These women don't want to be wives. That's fine. But I'm not gonna play the game with them. That's where y'all men fuck up. Show them why they should be a wife by not fucking with them. You know, like Pi said, go jack off. Stop fucking fiending for these women. Because as long as you fiending for the pussy and shit, like Pac said, behind every horny chick, there's a funeral and all this other shit. Well, behind every horny dude, same thing. Same thing. You better find a loophole. You better find a cheat code. You better jack off or something. I don't know what to tell you. Because a lot of y'all only acting the way you acting because of a nut anyway. That goes for y'all players and all that. Y'all doing all this crazy shit, simping and all this other shit over a nut. It ain't got nothing to do with the woman because the women ain't offering much. Not all of them, but the ones that want to be the players. They ain't offering you shit. So it's over a nut. It's over a nut. It ain't worth it. Make these women understand why they should want to be wives. But at the same time, a lot of these women don't want to be wives because they have tried that. They have went down that road and it didn't work. They gave some other men their best. Instead of them trying to become better and give it to another guy, they chose the player route. And I think a big reason for this is because every guy that they come across is the same. So since every guy that I'm coming across is a player like the guy that I didn't work out with, my ex-husband or whatever the fuck, you know, and same vice versa with men, it doesn't matter. They all the same. I'm just going to be a player. But like I said in my video earlier, I don't care if every woman on earth is a player. And I don't care about how bad an ex hurt me. I'm not going to lose myself or not try to become what God wants me to become because of that. I can't let that happen, and neither should you. Neither should you. Why destroy yourself because other people want to destroy themselves? Because they want to be for the streets instead of being a wife. And a lot of times the reason why they're not a wife is because they're simply picking the wrong guy. They want to be a wife to the wrong guy, and they want the wrong guy to be a husband. Goes back to the broccoli and the pizza. They want broccoli to be pizza. They want broccoli to be pizza, and they want the results of the broccoli from the pizza, and it's not going to happen. That's what's going on. Same thing with you dudes. You want the results from the broccoli, you know, to make you feel good and look better and better your life, and it's actually cheaper and all this other shit. That you want that in your life. You want that to be more benefit. You want all the benefits from the broccoli, but you want it from the pizza, and it's not happening. It's not happening, man. You need to separate. You need to separate your attraction versus what's good for you. You need to separate your attraction from what's good for you. You got to find a common ground. Okay, she's not a superstar, but she looks good. And she treats me good. So that
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-670 East.
So that makes her the broccoli. Or she got a little bit of cookie in her, but she got way more broccoli in her. So I think I'm good with that. Nobody's perfect. Or he got a little bit of cookie.
Keep left to stay on I-670 East.
Why the fuck don't you? Man, listen. He got a little bit
Continue
of
for 6 miles.
Like, why? I don't understand these things sometimes. Like, you just told me one thing, then you tell me again and again, like, shut the fuck up. That shit irritates me when I try to make a video, man. I'm almost done anyway. What the fuck was that? But that's what it is, people. They can't. People want that 20% and they'll give up that 80%. I don't see it. Me personally, I don't see it. Give me the 80%. You can have that 20%. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. So therefore, give me that 80. Nah, that's not what people want though. That 20% is too glamorous to them. And sometimes the 20% ain't even glamorous. They just think that they just think that there's some perfect person or they're missing out on something. So let me go sleep with this guy or cheat or whatever the fuck they be doing. It's stupid, man, but this is what they're doing, man. He's a perfect guy, but he's just too nice. There's that 20%. He's too nice. He treats me like shit, but he's not too nice. He seems like he's mad, whatever the fuck. He got tattoos. He acts like a hoodlum. So I'll take him. Fuck that 80%. It's stupid, man. They're going to keep doing it. Because really, man, to be honest with you, if you want to look at it from the black perspective, all they did was just basically feed us what they wanted us to be. And now that's all you see. That's what you see people gravitate towards or idolize or worship or salute or whatever the fuck. The nigga image and the bad bitch image. They put that there because that's what they want you to be. They don't want you to be what God wants us to be. They don't want you to be that. And that's why you see women attracted to that. That's why you see men attracted to that instead of the fucking shit they should be attracted to. And they ain't going to change because they've already drunk too much of the Kool-Aid, man. It's a wrap. Hard to go from drinking all that Kool-Aid with all that sugar to drinking just water. Once again, the broccoli and the cookie. Now you're talking about Kool-Aid and fucking water. The water don't taste good. I need sugar in my shit. I need sugar in my shit so I can kill myself. You know what I mean? That water, fuck that water. I know that water better for me, but it's not as fun. I don't get as much attention if I'm the water. AKA if I don't be the bad bitch showing my body and all this and all that. I don't get as much attention from these guys. But or girls, vice versa. But what people don't understand is you're getting attention, but you're getting it from the wrong people because the right people would notice you for doing the right things. So for all y'all men that say, yeah, I'm cashing out, blah, 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 the right woman is going to notice you for not just cashing out on her because you went out on a date with her. Because if you do, she's going to think the right woman's smart. She's going to understand, hey, I'm probably not the only one he does this for. He don't know me. Why he doing all this? It's probably going to rub her the wrong way. But the wrong woman, man, that's all he did was take me on a $500 date, man. I need another one. You see what I mean? So a lot of y'all are tap dancing for the wrong motherfuckers. You know, all that tap dancing, coon bucking, and all that fucking whatever you doing for the wrong audience. For the wrong audience. Look, I'm smoking weed, I'm drinking and all that. Yep, you're going to attract more than likely women who are toxic as fuck. But guess what? The women, but if you're not smoking and drinking, guess who's not going to like it 9 times out of 10? Women who are toxic. They're not going to like that. But that's a good thing.
In 2 miles, take the exit on the left toward I-270 North.
That's a good thing on your behalf. You see how when you do good, yeah, you might not attract the crowd, the so-called niggas and bad bitches, but you're going to attract the right people. You don't want to fall in that crowd anyway. That crowd has been slaughtered. They have been misled. They're on the path of destruction. They're still operating under teenage energy. We all been there, but at some point, some of us woke up. Man, this Kool-Aid killing me, dog. Let me get that water. Man, these cookies are killing me. Let me get that broccoli. See, some people wake up, some people don't. Period. And some people just don't care. Remember what I said earlier about how some people have been destroyed to the point that they don't care. Not only not about you or being a husband or wife, they don't care about nothing. Not even themselves. That's a lot of people out here, man. They might put on a face. They might look decent, dressed and all this and doing this and money and all this and all that. But how do they
In
feel?
half a mile, take the exit on the left toward I-270 North.
How do they feel on the inside? You can tell a lot about how a person feels. I already know this bitch gonna talk. Go ahead.
Take the exit on the left toward I-270 North, then keep right at the fork to continue on exit 10B.
I swear I don't remember coming this way at all. I don't know what the fuck. I don't like
Keep
this.
right at the fork to continue on exit 10B.
What the fuck? It's about to get me in a wreck, man. Come on, man. Damn. Yeah, I don't remember this way at all. This is some crazy shit right here. Last time I came this way, I got lost. That's why I put on the damn navigation. I think I'm good now, though. Let me try to. I ain't gotta listen to that shit no more. Damn. That shit is irritating, man. But we not gonna change because the elite is always gonna put out more music. You know what I mean? They're always gonna put out shit that make you coon buck and tap dance and be something that they want you to be instead of what you should be or what God wants you to be. That's what's happening. If you break it down in a nutshell, that's all it is. Everybody going after what's more popular, what gets me more attention, what gets me more validation. That nigga is lame. Ha, he don't smoke weed or nothing. He's a lame ass nigga. Ha. That shit. That's a 15-year-old boy and a man. If you think that way, that's your 15-year-old boy inside you. I'm telling you that. Ain't no fucking way. And if you're a woman and think that, that's that little girl inside you. You're still not an adult. Anyways, I know what I was saying now. A lot of people have been destroyed, man. So they have given up. They don't care about themselves, so they don't care about you. And that's why they don't want to be wives or husbands. And it just proves that the people who are saying this, that these men don't want to be husbands, it just proves that they like men who don't want to be with them. If you did, then I don't understand how could you fix your lips to say this shit? Imagine me saying these women don't want to be wives, right? Which is true, but I understand that would imply that I'm looking at the wrong batch of women. I'm saying it just to expose what's going on. I'm not saying it in the sense of I actually went out and tried and these women don't want to be wives. Because once I sense that a woman doesn't want to be what she should be trying to be, she's not for me. I'm not attracted to her. So once I see it, I basically flee. I leave her alone. And sometimes, again, the game gets deep. Sometimes the woman does want to be a wife, but not to me. So it's the same thing, but still. You know, you got some who just literally don't want to be husband or wife. You got some people who just don't want to be that. And then you got some people who don't want to be that for you. So you got to understand that I think some people get the signals crossed because they be like, well, this guy seemed like he want to be, and he seemed like a good guy, or this girl seemed like she a good girl and she want to be a wife and all that. Yeah, but that don't mean she want to be that for you. You know what I mean? That don't mean she want to be he or she want to be that for you. But the signals get crossed because they hoping one day maybe that guy, you know what I mean, that want a wife, maybe he'll just pick me one day. And that's just not how it works, people. Yeah, he gonna pick you probably for sex. Yeah, she gonna pick you probably for attention and money until she find a guy she really want. And for women, they're gonna find the guys they really want. It's just not working out. So guess what she gonna do? Run back to you. After he's done humping and dumping, she gonna come back to you. Because see, as women, they have that opportunity. As men, we don't really have that opportunity all the time with a girl we want the most. That don't happen. A woman does. I didn't say commit. I said the opportunity, like kick it with, sleep with, be around, etc. Shit, when it comes to men, a lot of times the women we want, that girl ain't even looking your way, walking right past you. But, you know, the men, they gonna still sleep with the chick for the sex. And act like they want the chick. So, you know, this is what's going on. This is why these women are throwing the guys away or ignoring the guys that actually would give them a real chance. Because they have the opportunity with the guy that they want. And they're hoping that that guy is the broccoli, even though they know he's the cookie. And that's why, my friends, you have the rant of these men don't want to be husbands or they don't want wives. In other words, I presented myself as a wife to this guy and he didn't bite. He didn't want me. So again, before I get off here, unless every last man on earth does not want to be a husband, right? Every man you see on earth, unless all of them don't want to be a husband, that means women are trying to be wives to men who don't see them as wives. And it all boils down to attraction. I like him better than you. I don't give a fuck about how much you like me or how good you would treat me. That don't fucking matter. How many times I gotta say this shit to y'all before y'all get it through y'all fucking heads? It don't matter. That's why when you see the friction or the woman acting like she's not interested or this or that or flaking and not responding back and all that, just leave because you know why she's doing it. Either it's two things. Either she's playing games, playing hard to get, or you're not the one she really likes the most. And to me, all of them are all equivalent. If you're playing mind games and shit, that's just, you're playing with my emotions or you're trying to play with my emotions. So therefore, I'm putting you in the same category as you uninterested. Because if you're playing with my emotions now, imagine 10 years from now, we together. You know what I mean? Nah, that shit gonna get worse. Either way, I'm not tolerating it, and neither should you. You don't gotta play games with me to find out how strong I am. If you want to see how I react, obviously it's like they trying to see how you react or see how strong you are because they don't really think that you are who they claim that they think you are, in other words. If you thought I was a solid guy, why you need to test me and all this other shit? To me, that's kind of like you not believing I am who I say I am. So if you don't trust me, I can't trust you. Why? Because if you don't trust me, that means you're probably going to do some shit like he probably fucking around with other people anyway, which means you're probably going to do all this other shit. I can't trust somebody who don't trust me. I refuse to park. I can't do it. I'm not parking by nobody with no fucked up cars. I'm just not doing it. I'm only parking beside people who have nice cars. That's game for y'all, man. Why do you do that? Because you know they're not going to hit your shit if their shit nice. But if they got a fucked up car, oh, man. They don't give a fuck if they shit hit your shit. You know what I'm saying? And I be trying to park far as fuck. But somehow, some way, people still be parking by my shit. I park a whole football field away. These motherfuckers still somehow come out 3 cars by my shit. Like, how the fuck? Hey, man, y'all have a good day, man. But, you know, women and men both guilty of the shit. You know what I mean? You claim you want a wife, but you really don't. You know what I mean? Or you're saying women don't want to be husbands or wives. You're saying that women don't want husbands, right? It just proves that you're looking for the wrong type of women. And for y'all women who's saying it just proves the same thing, vice versa, man. You know what I mean? If you really want to be a husband or wife, you got to pick somebody that wants to be that fits that criteria. Until then, shut the fuck up and be a player and do what the fuck you want. Have fun playing with these women and men. Because that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Either you're going to just enjoy the fact that you're going to keep playing with motherfuckers that don't want to be husbands and wives and exclusive to one person, you know, or you're going to become that person and deal with one who wants to be that person. But 9 times out of 10, these women and men have given their best to somebody at some point in their life, and they got hurt to the point that they don't want to be that no more. But they got to come in the disguise of a husband or wife to get the benefits. You know, they got to come in the disguise of love and husband or wife to get the benefits of love and husband or wife. I want a wife, I'm looking for a wife, and lying like a motherfucker. All these good me posts and shit, inspiration posts and shit, they wolves like a motherfucker outside of Facebook. Seriously, man. But they gonna get pussy that way. They gonna get attention that way. Women gonna be like, oh, he's so sweet, he's a nice guy. And all they gotta do is act like he's a boss and look decent and all that. Women gonna fall for that shit, man. Same thing, vice versa. All a woman gotta do is act sweet on Facebook and show her body a little bit and look decent, and men gonna fall. You was Kevin Garnett, nigga. You was Allen Iverson, and you failed just because she looked good. You fell by the sword just because the woman looked good. You could have had a woman who looked just as good, but a better heart, a better mind, but you didn't do it. You didn't screen them out enough, man. So that's what's going on, man. The people who don't care are winning. They're going to win the most. And oh yeah, I would like to say this too. When it comes to like female players, a lot of y'all be like, well, why don't the male and female players just get with bad people and leave good women and men alone? I'm glad you asked. I hope y'all watch this whole video because you need to learn this part. Because they're not going to benefit off of bad women and men. They can't. Because bad women and men are here to take. Gimme, not give. See, good women and men, they want to give. Bad women and men, they might give to get in the end. Like, I'll give you this and this because I really want some pussy from you. Or I'll give you this and this because I really want your bag. You know what I mean? But that's not really genuinely giving. A good woman and man genuinely is giving. They're trying to really like you. You know what I'm saying? That's why the male and female players have to go after the so-called simps, what y'all call simps and all of them. That's why a so-called bad bitch player is not going to fuck with a dude that's talking this shit on this video right now. She going to run. So you talking this shit and you wonder why women ain't fucking with you? Well, because most women are full of shit. So therefore, they're not going to fuck with a guy that's on some mind shit like this. Why would they? They're not going to get nothing from you. Same thing, vice versa. If a woman is making videos like I'm making, but she's a woman, a man going to run from that. Oh shit, man, I can't get over on her. That's all it's about. That's why the so-called male and female players deal with the good women and men. And that's why you see all these good women and men, unfortunately. Where's the wives at? Where's the husbands at? Good women and men, right? People who wanted to be husbands and wives wondering where they're at. Well, you fell for the bait of you fell for the ability to attract of the male and female players. They have very good ability of attracting people. They're way better at it than the so-called good woman and man because they're using tactics. They're not being themselves. You know what I mean? They're clever, how they speak and whatever, all that shit. Everything they do it's all act, but it works. And that's why it seems better than just a man or woman who's just acting like themselves. You know what I mean? If I could put on a mask and shit, it seems more entertaining. I'll become the dancing monkey, the attractive dancing monkey. Man, I'm about to make a video on that eventually. You know what I mean? That's what it be. So he seems more appealing, but it's all an act. versus the guy that's just been himself. Nah, my panties ain't wet. Or when it comes to these women, I'll give you head and all this and this and that. I want to suck your dick, blah, blah, blah. Versus a woman who's still a real woman, a good woman who will still do that, but she's not going to come at you that way yet. Because she want to see if you really fucking with her. What the man going to do? He going to go out there, that woman who's saying this shit. She's love bombing him with the fucking, I want to give you head and all this other shit. But really, she got a plot the whole fucking time. Versus a woman who really got good intentions for you, but she like, I don't want to fuck this up yet, man. I want to fuck, but I can't let him fuck yet. But she want to, she just not going to yet. Or she just going to wait till it happens or some shit. Y'all get my point, man. You get my point. Stop acting like you don't. That's why you see a lot of women love bombing these dudes with sex and all that shit. Then she becomes a whole nother woman once she got him. That's why be very careful when you see a woman who don't know who you are yet. Like, how the fuck she feel this way about me? She don't even know me yet. It's got to be fake because she don't know you yet like that. So how the fuck is he taking me on a $500 date and he don't even know if I like him? How can that be real? It can't. I'm out of here, man.